Hi, thanks for attending the final presentation of my master thesis. The title of my thesis is Developing Sustainable Service Design for a Pay-per-Use Dryer. As we all know, the world today is facing an increasingly severe environmental problem. Luckily, manufacturers and designers are innovating more sustainable products. The products are then be delivered to users by different forms of product service providers. However, even when the products are designed for longer durability, adding more sustainable functions, there are still gaps between satisfying user experience and real sustainable use behaviors, which hinders the products from realizing their sustainability. To solve this problem, product service providers innovate various business or service models, such as leasing, sharing, and pay-per-use. Homey is such a kind of product service provider who offers a pay-per-use model and aims to achieve a more sustainable white good industry. With Homey, customers can access high-quality household appliances by paying for what they actually use, so that they can be stimulated to perform sustainable use behaviors. And since the customer does not own the machine, one machine can serve multiple customers during its service life, so the machine can achieve a longer using durability. In this way, Homey can persuade OEMs to produce higher quality equipment with longer service life. In addition, Homey also tries to stimulate more sustainable use behaviors, such as using various price schemes to encourage users to use more sustainable functions or settings with a lower price. Homey achieved a success of this various price strategy in its washing machine model, but as the company is introducing its pay-per-use dryer, it is important to figure out whether these approaches are effective on stimulating sustainable dryer use behaviors. And it is important to understand what the users need during sustainable dryer use experiences. Thus, the goal of this thesis is to figure out the influencing factors in sustainable dryer use experiences and investigate how to persuade the users to use a pay-per-use dryer more sustainably. To achieve this goal, the project started with the literature review on product service systems, pay-per-use models, and customer sustainable behavior change. As we mentioned before, with a product service system model, Homey can achieve a more sustainable industry and build a better customer relationship by developing dryer service. But it is vital to understand what to serve and how to serve at different service touchpoints to achieve satisfactory, sustainable dryer use experiences. By offering a pay-per-use model, Homey can provide more flexible service units for customers, but have a long payback period. So Homey need to look for solutions to reduce the pressure on cash flows. As for customer sustainable behavior change, previous studies proposed various influencing factors for accepting and performing sustainable actions. First, customers need to accept a sustainable product or service. For instance, they need to first to choose and start to make use of Homey's service. Then, customers will be persuaded to change their unsustainable behaviors to sustainable ones. These influencing factors will then be divided into motivations, abilities, and triggers according to the Fox behavior model. Motivations are mostly users' needs and concerns towards the service or product. Ability refers to simplicity, like time, money, effort, knowledge, etc. Triggers refers to the things that call to action at the right moment. Motivations, abilities, and triggers need to happen at the same time to ensure a behavior change. The influencing factors that drives to sustainable behaviors were used as inspirations for design. The specific sustainable dryer use behaviors along the entire journey, especially the barriers, need further investigation. So, Let's first figure out which influencing factors that Homey has already targeted. Through several company analyses, I investigated the relationship between the findings. For instance, from the service blueprint and competitor analysis, I found Homey has fast and efficient service and offers sustainability-related feedback, which can drive users to perform sustainable use behaviors. But Homey has limited communication channels, which reduced the efficiency of information and feedback sharing. Following this approach, more factors were identified. Finally, I mapped the influencing factors that Homey already targeted back into the behavior model. Homey's current services mostly focus on the motivation of accepting sustainable services and performing sustainable behaviors, but there's no specific target on offering the ability and real-time triggers to sustainable dry use behavior or experiences. The next step is to understand what are customers doing now. I did qualitative customer research to investigate what users' laundry drying behaviors are, what are users' needs, concerns, and pain points during the laundry drying process, what do users think about sustainable laundry drying, and what can enable users to use the dryer more sustainably. I did semi-structured interviews with 7 general dryer users and 5 Homey dryer customers. Then I did a thematic analysis of the interviews and got my research results. The first result was a customer dryer use journey. Along the journey, there are 4 big decision moments: laundry collection, move the laundry and prepare for dryer, program selection, and receive feedback. Different decisions can lead to unsustainable or sustainable results. According to this logic, I mapped these statements as reasons, behaviors, and consequences to look for the links between this data. Again, following the behavior model, the links are clustered into motivations, what makes the user not willing to use the dryer sustainably, abilities, what makes the user not able to use the dryer sustainably, and triggers, what make users act to use the dryer sustainably. So, for instance, motivation barriers are for what the users value more than sustainability during the dryer use process. I found the links between all the related statements and clustered the statements into groups. For instance, users really value getting the laundry completely dried, so they either run another cycle if the laundry is still moist, or choose the programs with longer time or higher dryness levels, or feel less load when having heavy materials. Then I looked back into the user journey to identify when does this concern effects on customer behaviors. I did the same thing with the abilities to identify what make users not able to use the dryer sustainably, and the triggers for what make the user act to use the dryer sustainably. Then all the clusters are mapped into a current sustainable behavior model. As we can see, there are a lot of barriers which push the users away from sustainable dryer use. For motivation, although customers do concern financial cost and sustainability, they may perform unsustainable behaviors because they concern more about the function value in the experience, which is getting the laundry dried efficiently. Therefore, the design solution needs to consider both convenience and sustainability. As for the abilities and triggers, there's a condition where maybe users do want to use the dryer more sustainably, but not able to, because of the lack of knowledge, lack of real-time support, or even lack of time when they decide to do the laundry drying. Besides, similar to the findings from company research, customers can only receive information passively, which is also a barrier for them to get real-time support. So, the design solution should also involve on-demand support. Then I mapped the opportunities back to the laundry drying process and then cluster the opportunities in these main directions. Offer clear and useful instructions, more channels of tips and feedback sharing, bonus stimulation for using eco mode, special offers for family users, and provide additional products for sustainable dryer use. Although from the interviews we have already seen the effect of price on the laundry drying behavior of users, but as we also figured out that customers care about other factors. So quantitative research was conducted to figure out whether pay-per-use model and different price strategies would influence on the frequency of use, dryness levels, and the use of eco mode. 48 participants in different household sizes were studied by repeated measures and co-op approach for their usage data in 3 months. The results show that although the pay-per-use model can help reduce the frequency of use, various price strategy is not enough for stimulating sustainable behaviors. Additionally, the larger the household size is, the more frequent the dryer will be used. And as current average dryness level is 2.47 and the average use percentage of eco mode is around 27%, Homey has the opportunity to encourage a lower average dryness levels and higher percentage of eco mode use by targeting other influencing factors. So it's time to think about what can we do for the customers. According to the research findings, I concluded the key problems and the proposed target group of my design. The young urban professionals who are aware of sustainability want a higher quality of life, but busy with daily work. Then I developed the design challenge and a list of design requirements. Later, an ideation session with design students developed various design ideas and opportunities, which served as an inspiration of my conceptualization. I came up with 4 initial concepts and did the evaluation with 10 design students, who are also my potential target groups. By analyzing their feedback according to the design requirements, the elements were extracted and further developed to my final concept, Homey Star Plan. The final concept aims to offer multiple supportive services and tools on a mobile app to help users become Homey Stars, who manages to use the dryer wisely and sustainably and live a pleasant life. Now, let's follow Frank to explore his journey to become a Homey Star. The plan consists of 2 phases, an onboarding month and an every 6 months evaluation. During these phases, the user will experience different service patterns, including 3 tasks and multiple evaluation activities. Now, I will show you the key service patterns in this experience. The first service pattern is attract users. Users will be attracted by the Homey Star rewards and set the goal of living a sustainable and pleasant life. In addition, clear instructions of the HomeStar plan will also be provided and guide the users to download the app step by step. During the entire experience, the user will be encouraged to continue by getting eco credits. Then, the user will be encouraged to explore the app and get familiar with the service that the user can make use of. The next task needs more effort. The user will be encouraged to read through the short and clear instructions to get to know the dryer and different settings before installation. By answering quick questions after reading, users can try to make decisions based on various stimulation scenarios and check if they really understand different settings. Task 3 is for encouraging the users to make plans and decisions of the laundry drying when at spare time by trying out the planner tool. With the planner, the user can pre-plan laundry drying according to the available time, types and loads of the laundry, desired dryness results, and receive recommendations based on their specific needs. Then, the user can add the plan into personal calendar. The planner will notify the user with recommendations at different decision moments so that the users can take actions and make choices confidently. When the dryer is working, the user can also check the real-time status remotely. After getting the desired laundry results, the user will receive laundry drying feedback including energy consumption and cost. Based on that, the user can plan for the next dryer use experience with enough knowledge. If the user finishes all tasks and got enough eco credits, the user will win a free dryer cycle at the end of the onboarding month. And now the user has enough knowledge and is on the way to be a good sustainable dryer use experience organizer. Then, the user can continue to use the dryer with supportive tools, knowledge, and confidence. The user can share tips in the community to inspire and help other users and collect more eco credits. The user can also post questions in the community and get help from Homey or other users. Each month, the user can unlock different levels of awards by achieving the goal of using the eco mode for over 40%, 60%, or 80%. And if the user can manage to use the eco mode for over 80% for 6 months, the user can become Homey Star. Through this strategy, Homey was able to engage more stakeholders in its business model, build relationships by sharing customer insights, and by providing exposure and access to the community. Then, I validated my design by reflecting on the design requirements and interviews. The new service strategy solved the challenges identified from the behavior model and also made use of the inspirations from literature review. Then, validation interviews with dryer users and Homey employees were conducted. The interviews with dryer users were mainly focusing on the willingness to accept and use the service, and the effectiveness of the service on stimulating sustainable dryer use behaviors. Overall, the Homey Star plan received positive feedback. As for the first question, all participants found that the new service is attractive. General dryer users mentioned that the new service made them more willing to try Homey's pay-per-use dryers. In other words, Homey can enlarge its customer groups and enhance people's willingness to pay. One Homey dryer customer said that the concept of this new service made him choose to have a longer contract with Homey. For the second question, all participants said that the new service can enhance the quality of use and encourage them to perform sustainable dryer use behaviors. Participants are willing to make use of the new service and tools to achieve a higher quality of use and sustainability, which validates the usability and desirability of the concept. The rewarding system plays a vital role in attracting new customers who concern the financial factor in making purchase decisions. While the supportive service and tools on the Homey app especially the planner and community, will become the most crucial feature in performing sustainable behaviors in daily dryer use experience. In general, Homey shows a positive attitude to implement the Homey Star Plan as the new service reaches the goal of stimulating sustainable consuming behaviors. As for the implementation suggestions, the rewarding system and community are validated to be the first to implement service patterns and can start to make impact on encouraging sustainable dryer use behaviors and collect feedback for further optimization. Although Homey adopts the implementation of the Homey Planner because of the investment and the current limited number of customers, the planner shows a strong attractiveness among both potential and existing customers. Therefore, it is recommended to implement the Homey Planner in the future development of the Homey app. The research has limitations and needs further research to keep investigating sustainable dryer use behavior change topic. Firstly, this research mainly focused on the individual customers. Future research can explore the special needs and concerns of shared house dryer users. Some features of the Homey Star service, especially the planner, can be developed and adapted to the shared house model. Secondly, the research only involved the usage data in 5 months of 48 customers. Therefore, influencing factors such as seasons are not addressed in this study. Previous research investigated that the dryer use frequency of most European users will be influenced by different seasons and other so-called demographic factors. Hence, future research and design should take the season factor into account. Besides, due to the limited scope of diseases, the preferences of different target groups have not been much involved in the research and solution. As such, subsequent research needs to consider the preference of different users. Furthermore, more insights from manufacturers, design companies, and other stakeholders in the supply chain need to be investigated to make the optimized service and supply chain become more concrete and achieve a more significant influence on the dryer industry. Last but not least, this thesis concluded a behavior model of sustainable dryer use and involved multiple influencing factors from literature in the design phase. The design of the final solution can serve as a case study to inspire other dryer-related services. Future design can use this behavior model as a reference to develop services and strategies for attracting and persuading customers to perform sustainable dryer use behaviors. My presentation is coming to an end. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this project, please don't hesitate to let me know in the Q&A session. Thank you in advance.